Now to a King 5 exclusive. I sat down for a one-on-one interview with Seattle Mayor Bruce Harrell. He spoke to me about a variety of topics he wants to address in 2025. Tonight, in the second part of our interview, I asked about cleanup efforts in downtown and the need for more housing. How do you feel the cleanup has gone through downtown Seattle? I know that has been a focus of your administration in terms of getting people that are using drugs off the streets.
Well, number one is, and I appreciate the question, and I'm faced with that question every day. And every day I go, people say, man, I see the change. I see the energy. I see the results of your investments. I see the morale of your officers. It's easy to sit on the sidelines and just critique. And I tell anyone that has a criticism, come and help us try to change the narratives. I don't quit. I don't give up. But I'm very transparent when I say, you know, I'm not going to be satisfied until I could take my grandchildren on every block in the city and hold their hands and say, look at this place. This is a beautiful place.
Washington has the third highest homeless population in the U.S., according to a recent federal report. Despite significant monetary investment, how do you respond to critics that say the city is simply not doing enough?
What I will say is that people continue to move here. We're still one of the rapidly growing cities in this country. And that's why we passed one of the largest housing levies in our history, $970 million. That's why you look at our comp plan that we're developing, we're looking at where we can build housing.
Some people are saying, though, the city doesn't have the infrastructure to support that.
So we look at what we can build. We look at how aggressive we can build it. We will streamline the permit process to the best we could. I'm currently looking at how certain departments within the city can streamline their own processes and work more collaboratively. So every way we could save money and become more effective for those developing housing, we will do that.
Is that focused on the downtown core and Pioneer Square, Belltown, or are you going to look at other areas too where we can build up?
All of the above.
Okay.
We do recognize that, again, there is a need for single-family housing, that an apartment building cannot go in every single block in every single neighborhood, that we don't have the infrastructure, the public safety capabilities, the parking capabilities, all those things that come into the infrastructure, even the park situation. All those components go into our plan.
So many people are saying, gosh, it's really expensive to live in Seattle. But what does living in Seattle look like for the average person, in your opinion, where they can afford to enjoy the entertainment, enjoy the transportation, the beautiful things our city offers? For so many people, it's just still so hard right now.
We will do everything possible to make sure, whether it's your power bill, your water bill, everything we can, the cost of housing, we'll do everything possible to drive those down, number one. And number two is when our comp plan, for example, when we're trying to brace more housing, that is one of the reasons why, you know, supply and demand issues would dictate that the more housing we can have, the way the prices will go down. I grew up in Seattle where, you know, a retired veteran could live in the city, or a barista or a nurse, and we fully recognize the challenges that that demographic would have. So everything possible we will do to help that person, and we realize their pain.